Like we in the club, fly flashy, grown classy, still turn to the dub. Saturday mornings, no walk of shame, we fresher. 950 lounge, that's my guilty pleasure. I don't miss my favorite show, I put everything on hold. Work the baby, even the babysitter know. When 950 come on, don't bother. I'm locked in 10 to 1, no problem. Turn on the radio. You and I turn on the radio. Yeah.
Top of the morning, what's going on? It's another Saturday, and that Saturday morning tradition continues. It's 950 Lounge live from the legendary The Matrix Studios in North Bronx, DSN Network, WRNW Broadcasting, 1620 AM in Lehigh Valley, iHeartRadio, and big shout to my people up Apex Radio up in Canada. You know, obviously enjoying Caravana. As you know, as always, my name is Kevin KP Pride of LBJ Radio. To my close right, my homie who needs no introduction, the real MVP of this show from all the action he gets, just a classic man. There you go.
Ah, we got new mics. Good morning. Good morning.
You feeling good? How you feel good?
Yeah, even the mics know you're hot. Yeah.
Up top, a.k.a. Mr. Roper, Mr. No, I can't say that. He told me not to say nothing no more. Backstage, Ed. Hey. I keep my mouth shut. I was due to him getting mad at me. To my short left, and I do mean short.
That's not nice.
My brother,
I know.
in the positive energy, Victor Cusachet, Rodeo.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. On the first Saturday of August.
I know that. Good
Yeah,
for you.
my bad.
And this young lady to my far left, sitting in for Sapphire Blue today, is a young lady that I've gotten to know through this radio journey. And we've done a lot of things together, and I'm like, you know what? I know she took a break from radio, but if it was anybody who was going to bring her back to work, it was going to be me. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, Miss Hostess with the Mostest, Rain. What's going on, Dawn?
What's going on? That was a nice introduction.
You look like you surprised.
AKA, take the mic out and let's talk.
You look like you surprised.
No, I'm not surprised, but thank you. I appreciate that.
You know,
Appreciate it.
I mean, we all met. I mean, well, what time was myself, Rhoda, I think Ed was here then. We all met about 6 months in our DSN journey here in New York, and you had started the show.
Just when I was about to start mine.
Yeah, you know, and I know you was hot. You was giving me that look of stuff. Come on, baby, give me 3 feet.
Oh, he better stop. You know you.
I know.
Commercial.
I know.
I told him to give me 3 feet.
I know Phil Warner's listening, so I'm only joking. But
He can't even swim.
You know, you don't. It's beyond.
Did he
you.
just say that?
It's above 20
Did he
feet
just
tall
say
than
that? You can't even
But
swim?
you know, obviously, we built a rapport, and I never forget. I saw you on the train. We had just met, and I saw you on the train, and you said, "Yo, I'm doing this show. I'm doing a Monday night show, sitting in for my man. I Made You Famous. Big shout to those brothers.
Yes, Malloy.
And big shout to the homie. We still speak.
I Made
and
You
his
Famous is
people,
my
and
people.
and we did that show, and then we started, and then we built it. So it's an honor to have you on our show.
Thank you. And I have to say that was a great show, although we never got to really
Well,
hear
I'm
the
not
audio.
going to say what happened technicality.
It was a
Commercial.
dope show. And that's where our chemistry as far as radio kind of just like.
And ever since then, she's been my side host. Host. Not side, nothing. I said host. Side host. Host.
Yeah, we did a lot of shows together.
Yeah.
We did
The
a lot of events
violins,
together.
Rashard.
whatever.
But no.
But thanks for joining us this morning. Real
Thank you
talk.
for having me. I'm excited.
You know, you've been missed. All these imitations, hostess with the mostest, and they only say 3 words. You know, you
Say it
can't be no
again.
hostess
Like,
with the
you
most
can't
and
be
say
no
3
hostess
words.
with the
Hostess
mostest,
with the-
and you
with
sitting there
the
like, I'm the
least?
hostess with the mostest.
Hostess with the least, maybe.
Right,
Yeah.
get the heck out of here.
You the original. You the original. I mean,
All right, well, don't. All right, enough.
Oh, I
She gotta
can't
earn her
give her
cookies
her-
today. No,
oh.
not.
Oh, you better stop. I
he's
earned.
the only one.
She ain't been on the mic in a while. You don't know. She might just.
Oh, she may crack on the
My
press.
mic sound nice.
Hey, what a
Check one.
But moving on, Ed, I wanted to touch base with you. Obviously, your president has decided to
Who?
take a vacation
Who?
after he used to
Who?
rip Obama for taking vacations.
You keep saying my president. I don't got no
Oh,
president.
yeah, you live in this country. Trump is on vacation. Said he need a couple weeks to get his mind right.
Well,
need
within
to take a
7
few
months,
years.
within 7 months, this guy been on vacation and golfing more than what Obama did in the 8 years he did. And he complained so much about that. Oh, he don't need to be doing this and doing that. And then he's sitting there threatening all the other Republicans and everything else that you better go and pass a new bill and stuff.
Well, obviously the latest that's come out of Washington this week as Game
the
of
world
Thrones,
turns.
Game of Thrones DC edition is Jeff Sessions is trying to take away one of our amendment rights, and we are technically we're reporters.
Yes.
He's trying to say if a reporter gets a leak, that reporter can be prosecuted, which is against our constitutional
Yeah,
right.
And you know that was just a stupid threat because that can actually get him out because he's not going to be able to do that type of stuff.
Classic. What's your thoughts on this, man?
I'm enjoying this White House right now. I just say here like, you gotta be kidding me. I'm looking at CNN every day like, really? You guys really doing that? You guys are really impressive right now. I am appreciating this government that we are seeing right now. Because I really want people to see for the next 3.5 years how good you really had it for 8. So you know when you come back in 3.5 years to vote, the common sense stick hits everybody, and we actually have a good
So you're
vote.
saying that America's gonna want a black man? And
It's not even. It's not about a black man, a man, or what. It's America's gonna want somebody with some proper decor, some educated, actually halfway smart, knows
who's
how to
competent.
actually carry himself.
Somebody who's competent. That's all it
Herself,
is.
yeah, a
He
competent
thinks
person.
he's still on the campaign trail. He in West Virginia. We ought to get Hillary. Stop using Hillary.
Well,
You
that's
get
all he's
new
got.
material, man.
That's all he's got.
That's all
You're
he's got,
president
though.
now. You don't need to keep talking about the past.
But that's
He's
all he
on the
has.
campaign
He
trail.
can't. He talking about the jobs. That's all about him, my man. What you're doing right now has nothing to do with you. Your
Nothing
first
at
2
all.
years is all Obama, bro. I'm sorry to tell you this.
And crooked Hillary.
You've done nothing. Your first 2 years is still Obama. Stop.
Rain, let me go to you. Now, you're a mother of 2 sons. People have concern about our presidential, now not just the president, but the way our country has gone because of some of the political racism that has evolved from this. And I know we talked about this on one, I think it was one of your ending shows. But your thoughts on the current state of the White House?
Really? Well, when I look at it, I'm still mind boggled about the fact that
Still numb, huh?
America nominated this man as the president of the United States. And the fact that he continues to say the things that he says and the things that he promotes, and he's getting applauded, like when he was talking about recently about cops not being nice when arresting people and not,
Push them a little bit harder.
push them a little.
Bang
And
their
then
head again.
all of
Yeah,
these cops
against-
behind them are just like applauding him. And I'm like, what? We're sitting here fighting
Injustice.
police brutality as we speak, and you say this and get applauded, and then people wonder why Black Lives Matters even exist. You understand? So I think that right now it's a scary thing to watch, but like he said, it's
Classic.
It's classic. I'm sorry. As Classic said,
It is classic.
It is very interesting to watch because now you can actually weigh in 4 years, really, really weigh in and say, you know what? Change needs to happen. Common sense needs that. We don't need a man like this in office. We need somebody else who's going to be proactive, but not just white America, for everyone.
But the scary thing about it, and you mentioned, Rodeo, about West Virginia, the scary thing about it is, as much as we're sitting here going like, what's going on with this country, there are people sitting around saying this is great. Case in point, Caitlyn Jenner, who is,
So Don't get me started.
Transgender. No, we could say it. She's a
Okay, no,
transgen-
I was trying to
Oh,
find the word. I just wanted to make sure I said it the right way
He's a
because I messed up
transgender.
words.
He's a
Transgender,
transgender, whatever you
and
wanna say.
pretty much she, is a Trump supporter after what just happened, obviously with the military and some of the things that transgender rights with this administration, and he was riding around with a "Let's Make America Great Again" hat on. So, in some forms of society, there are people who are loving it.
But you know what?
Yeah.
Like even with her, the problem with that is that it's
Him.
always
Him, yeah.
It's always
Stop. Don't
it's
go there.
always with that
Go ahead.
situation. It's always that situation where they have that. It's not me. They talking about. It's
was
like,
about
oh,
to
it's
say
everybody else except for me until they turn around and find out it really is you.
Right.
And you can't sit there and keep on ignoring all those type of things.
Go ahead, Raina.
No, I agree with him. She's Shim.
Shim.
Okay,
listen.
it's not
The
directly.
views of Rain is not the views of Non-Fitty Lounge or its affiliates. Go ahead.
Hashtag.
That
Shim.
was classic.
Shim.
Hashtag.
I
that
mean,
today,
let's be
somebody.
real. She was born a man. Listen,
Shim.
whatever.
Go.
Chimchimity.
We come in here
They
10 minutes
are-
causing controversy. Go
Shim
ahead.
is not directly affected by that. You understand? She's not in the military, so why would they care?
Well, because again, had this big announcement to the world about some of the things that she went through as a man, and now it became a woman, and supposed to be that quote unquote carry the flag.
She did say she was gonna carry the flag for the transgender
But you know-
community.
but you know-
so
but
at the
how
end of the
many
day-
people say they're gonna do something and not do it?
Maybe that flag is too heavy.
But that's the situation that you
assume.
look at. It's
Yeah.
not even about the transgender or anything else. All those people that voted for him, running around, get rid of immigrants, get rid of this, get rid of that, and then, I want to get rid of Obamacare, not knowing that they really killing their own health care off and their own jobs and stuff like that. They all thinking that it's not going to affect me until it happens and it affects them.
But that's why I sit here and I say I enjoy watching this. Because when they do everything that they want to do and he does everything that he said he's going to do, and I have to admit, he's still doing everything he said he was going to do. He's still going down the line talking about Mexico, you're going to pay for the wall. They've already started building a wall from what I understand.
That wall was already being built even from pre-Obama. It was just replacing an old wall.
Oh, okay.
That's not the wall.
That's not the wall that he's talking about. No.
Because I heard the wall is on its way.
No.
Well, the
that's-
comment was, if the war happens, we're paying for it. Mexico, I'm sure you guys heard about the
Yes.
conversation that was leaked
Yes.
with him and the Mexican president about we're not, and Trump saying
Mexico,
like
we
making him
ain't
look
paying
bad.
for nothing.
No, it was the Australia thing that made him look bad. He says,
wow.
"How can I sit there and say don't bring any immigrants in, and then you're gonna try to get me to take over 5,000?" He said, "No, it's not 5,000. It's 1,200 that you're supposed to." Well, it sounds like more than that. I don't know. So he was
It's
really
huge,
trying
it's
to go
huge,
with the
huge.
thing. He said, "You're making me look bad."
You have to understand, okay, that I know what's best for America. Notice me right now, folks. He doesn't know anything.
Never trust a man who ties a tie down to a zipper.
Well, remember, all he says is that I can do it all, and all the I stuff he did was just wrecked up everything that he did.
I know when he's somewhere, I'm sure he's got confidants. I'm sure he's sitting there going, what in the hell did I give? I was living the good life. I was chasing tail.
Well, his
I was
son-
messing with models. Now I got these
His
people on my
son said
case.
they can't wait till he get out the White House.
And it's only 7 months.
Yeah.
The journey continues in the White House.
The only thing I can say like this, I think the whole thing that he's listening too much to Bannon, and Bannon, this is most of the Bannon stuff that he's been.
I don't even think it's him no more. I think Steve Bannon is kind of like, he's like the deck of cards now. He's like, oh, I'm just going to walk away because everybody around him is gone.
Yeah.
Everybody around him is gone.
Well, remember, he's still.
Priebus was his guy, gone. Spicer was his guy, gone.
Well, they was semi because he really was coming in, but he's.
Well,
still,
no,
he still
Priebus
got
was
the
his
air.
guy. Priebus and him, they were
Flynn,
together.
gone, all of them.
Right,
Now,
right.
But now, well, Flynn was.
Well,
but
Flynn
the-
was going for a long time.
But the whole thing is that right now, but this new, the new guy who took over Priebus' job, he's now trying to stop everybody from going in there to see him, even his own daughter and son-in-law. So
Well-
we see what happens.
But they said they can't stop him from going into the residence.
Right.
So
Family.
then you can't stop him from going to the
but-
residence. So guess what? He going into the residence to see his own
And
family.
now-
And then you could do.
And
Daddy
now-
told him I could come in.
And now the mooch is hiding.
Well, the mooch is out.
He was supposed to do some kind of.
Oh, he was supposed to do a Facebook Live yesterday.
Canceled.
I
His
missed-
hair wasn't.
You know, I
ready.
know it's only 11 days, but I missed the mooch. The mooch was cool.
Nah, because he talked honestly. He didn't care what kind of
That was a
rhetoric he
mini
used.
Trump.
He was from Bensonhurst.
That was a mini Trump. I think that's why Trump jumped him. He says, no, he's acting too much like me.
Joe,
Hands
he
and
was
this
taking
and
too
stuff.
much of his light. Joe Pesci came to the White House and they didn't like it, so they got rid of him.
Talking to me.
we keep it moving, White House style. Obviously, this part of the show, I like to talk to Justin because it's always about his Friday
His
night.
Chronicles.
I was good this Friday night. Really, I behaved myself.
Just before you get in that, Rain, just to let you know, Justin is our resident. He's the real MVP of the show when it comes to like enjoying the fruits of the labor. He gets out to the bar.
He gets out.
He's one with the people, primarily the
out.
female bartender
Okay,
people,
okay.
and he gets out a lot. So I
He
like to always
supports our local women.
I like to always recap his Friday night, you know. But so,
Day 17.
I did meet a young lady Friday.
She was young? Nah.
Nah, she was young. She was like 22.
oh, that's young.
But I thought she was a lot older because she was mature. She was telling me,
Seems like you're ready.
no, I was no R. Kelly. Don't ever put me with that company,
The
please.
knees were strong.
I don't know. I didn't touch. She had an African brother boyfriend. I don't know. I wasn't touching that.
Green card.
But it was interesting because she was like, she's 22 and she saw no point of getting married. If he's living with me, it's marriage. What's the sense of signing the paper?
It's a smart woman.
That's why you
told her-
are interested,
I was
right?
like,
Like,
oh,
oh, we have the same likes. Look at that. We have something in
No.
common.
I
That's
don't have
kinda-
anything in common with that.
Bobby and
I'm the
Whitney.
total opposite of that.
That's
I
a
don't
brown
mind
juice
paper.
conversation.
I don't mind signing no paper. I'm good with the paper.
what-
but it
Where
was
is she
interesting.
from? Is she? You said she was from Africa. Or she
No,
had a
her
brother there?
boyfriend is from Africa.
Why you treat me like animal?
Yes, exactly. Why? But she's Hispanic.
Oh, you like the Spanish?
I do. That's why I was conversating.
Africa and
That's what I said. So she's going to his motherland to meet his mother,
Oh.
which I found very interesting.
But she's talking to you.
But she was talking.
That's the life of Justin. That's why we asked him that on Saturday
he need a
morning.
green card.
But it was nice conversation.
Okay.
It was nothing crazy. And then that was it for the night.
Now, Raina, you know, not to
Saturday.
put you up in this out in the street, but you know this is 950 Lounge and we destroy relationships all around this country. I'm joking, but again, your thoughts on what he's saying about, you know, because I'm half,
just in
I'm
general.
kind of halfway there. Like if a paper should not be able to dictate what you
But
would,
a paper doesn't dictate. People dictate.
right?
I've had this conversation so many times. It's almost,
in local bars.
No, all over actually. I've had this conversation.
The beauty parlor.
No, but seriously, I think you know what? For me to say that I don't totally understand a person who says, you know, why get married? You know, it's just a piece of paper, right? But I understand where they're looking at it from. They're looking at it from just that point of view. That point of view that, oh, now we have to split everything. We have to put this on paper. But I think that when you love someone and you want to spend the rest of your life with them, this is somebody that you create a union with. It shouldn't be no reluctancy to wanting to do that, to wanting to say, you know what, I love this lady enough to make her an honest woman and say, you know what, I want to give you my last name.
So
because
that's
you
Ike
deserve
Taylor.
it. But, you know, a lot of people, they see it as a black and white. And I don't think marriage is black
what,
and
black
white.
and white letter, black and white, or black?
For me, black
Or
and
you
white,
going
like
interracial?
it's either this,
What?
it's either that.
Okay,
and,
got it.
Can I?
Go.
Can I use your term? Let me throw you a curveball and a slider. But the thing is that paper means a lot. Like if you driving a car, you don't have that driver's license if you get stopped. It's only a piece of paper, but it means a lot. So it does mean a lot to a lot of people.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Especially with old values.
And then let's say for instance, a woman who's with a man for 20 somewhat years, right? And God forbid.
That's a long
Yeah,
time.
because you know it happens. You
Yeah.
know, it's like, oh, I'm a common law wife. You know, whatever.
Only in California.
And then
No, in Virginia.
all of a sudden, this dude gets into an accident, and it's time to make a decision. And here, family members come that have they haven't spoken to this person in years, don't even know what's going on currently in their life, but now they're given the rights to make this decision because
that only happens in 7-figure households.
no, it does
Because
not.
normally, if the
no,
brother
it
was in the
doesn't.
projects, like, yeah, you do what you want to do with him. Did he
Now-
have on clean drawers?
Now let me throw you a fastball. Would you stay with a guy for 20-something years and not marry him?
No.
Okay. Well,
20 son, that's a long
shit,
time.
you
bro.
just said 25,
No.
like 20 years.
I mean, at the end of the day, I understand that relationships, as a single woman, just kind of objectively looking.
Hashtag-
What? Wait,
Right.
wait.
Is that a
What are you
hashtag?
saying?
You can leave that one alone. I'm just saying, though, right? So, I mean, when you're not married, you're single. right?
Okay, good.
I don't know
Right?
about that.
So like
I
when
don't
I
know
when,
about
when
that
I
now.
apply for something, right? It doesn't ask me if I have a boyfriend, or it asks me if I'm married, right? Single or married.
I like that.
Right?
Separated.
So
Go ahead.
single,
Go.
right? As a single woman,
Yes.
looking at different types of people's relationships,
Mm-hmm.
people who are in just boyfriend and girlfriend, engagement, and marriage, right? I've had an objective view on a lot of different relationships. And I think that one of the biggest issues with marriages not working out, and I'm not, before I say this, I'm not saying that certain people have to take certain type of abuse or certain type of treatment. I'm just saying that a lot of the times people are just ready to give up really, really fast. And I think that when, like, say, for instance, if you have a father, you guys had a bad relationship, but at the end of the day, you always seem to try to mend that relationship because that's your father, right? And I think that people don't take that same incentive when it comes to somebody that is not of their blood.
Right.
Right? So I think that people need to learn how to work on relationships more because regardless of what, you're going to go through ups and downs. You're going to have trying times, but you have to say whether I love this person enough to know that I always want them in my life.
We're going to take a break on that. 'Cause that was good. We're going to continue on that because again, like Rodeos, I don't even watch the baseball game last night.
I want to see.
But we got a couple of things we want to go with that because, we got some time. So we'll dive more into relationships and what's worthy and what's not worthy of waiting. But in any event, you mentioned that, it's a choice.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you have to choose who you want in your life. And sometimes people go through ups and downs. Like, for instance, me and my best friend, but you guys have met. Shout out Winchie, but I always got to bring that up. But me and her have a tumultuous friendship. We've been through ups and downs and times that we haven't spoken in months, and then we get right back together. But I use that
have
as an
everything
example.
but the makeup sex.
Yes, right?
Right.
So, and I would make up,
you got it.
I would make up, so let's go get drinks and we go hang out and, we just kind of
I could
shoot
help.
the
Classify
stuff.
that now.
Just can help be that buffer for you on that particular part of it if you need them. I mean,
Boy, get out of here. Anyway, no, we don't need that. So, but just to say that she's a friend of mine that I know that I could never not have her in my life. I know that I can never not be her friend.
but what about from an opposite sex perspective? Now,
It shouldn't. I think that it should just be the same thing. I mean, at some point, women have to realize what you're getting from the relationship and what you're not getting from the relationship. And some things are really important. And if that important to you and you're not getting it, then you have to, of course, weigh your options. But if it's something that can be changed amongst the both of you, I mean, it's all about communication. If the person is not willing to change, you have to ask yourself, are these things I'm willing to compromise for? If I'm not willing to compromise for, then I have to find somebody else that can actually fulfill these needs. If there's something that I can't compromise, you can't always be the only one compromising as well.
Josh, he makes a very good point about needs being met. Now, we always, there's always the stigma, especially in African American and Hispanic households, is that if the finance is there, then everything is good. But obviously, that's not the case. Just chime in on your thoughts on fulfillment of needs.
Anybody's needs has got to be met. I mean, if she's not happy, if you're not happy, there's a problem in the house. But once again, like you said, the key word was communicate. If you don't communicate that my needs aren't being met or this is not being met and I need you to fulfill this, then guess what? There's a problem in the household. And that's how it's always going to be. Like, in my household, for instance, I just use my parents for an example. If my mother's got a problem or if my father's got a problem, let me know you now. They going to tell each other about it. They going to communicate it real clear.
Your pops, John Witherspoon, got the coordinate.
Yeah, he will definitely let you know if there's a problem in the house. He's not going to pull no punches. He's going to tell you straight front and up front. Bro, this needs to change right now. My mother, son, right now.
He takes them in the backyard.
He might. We've had a few duels in the backyard every now and again.
Rodeo, you're the grand poobah.
Oh man, get a dog. That's all I.
Age wise. Okay, that's how you end it. Just get a pet.
No, but
Get a hot meal and shut up.
Sometimes problems like that. I think sometimes it's good to take a trip, and I don't mean with this. Sometimes you just need a trip by yourself to clear your head.
Go find new
Or
women.
go down there to the beach, and just sit on the sand and just wonder, why am I here? And like I said, sometimes you just need to clear your
So
head.
you're saying that in order to save something, you have to have your own clarity first.
Sometimes, yeah, because how can somebody help you if you can't even help yourself?
Backstage Ed, your thoughts? I know you've had a couple doozies in your
Oh
lifetime.
yeah.
Get out.
Yeah, so but like everything, like all the things that you said is definitely true.
Right.
But the other thing that you're also gonna have to do too is that you're gonna have to recognize and really listen, and then also turn around and then be able to compromise.
Right.
Because there's gonna be a point of time that you're gonna have to just say, okay, listen, you know what? Can we meet halfway, or can we do certain things just to make sure that we can get along and keep moving on with the same thing?
Right. So okay, well that makes sense. What about when it turns into a long distance relationship? Now,
I don't do those. I don't do
That
that.
don't work.
Don't ask me. I don't do
That
that.
don't work. Next.
I don't. Next.
Yeah.
Did it
I've
and
had
it's
my
not.
share of
It doesn't
those
work.
I've been there, done it,
Okay.
never do it
Doesn't
again.
work.
Got my heart broken when I was in college. Oh man, that was right. It was all, yo, that was perfect, bro. That
What
was
you
perfect.
doing,
I
baby?
never
I'm doing nothing.
I never forget that phone call. I was 19. I was in the dorm room. I was dating this girl right before I left for college. I thought she was the one. She called me. I called her like 7-something in the morning to say good morning to her. She's like, I gotta tell you something. I said, what happened? She said, this guy just blew my back out. I said, oh,
Your girl. Your
the girl told you that?
I was like,
His girl was
what?
dealing with Cuddy.
Damn.
I said like, and she ain't say it like that, but the point of the
Oh,
story,
yes, she did.
she
Yes,
ain't
she
say it
did.
like that per
Yeah,
se.
she
but
really
I was about to be
cracked.
like, she's a savage.
the way she said it, the way she said it was so savage. That's what it felt like. I was just like,
Oh man.
and I
I need
used to be
some
the one
Bengay.
doing it. From then on, I said I'd never do a long distance relationship.
It's like a
again.
female, like being with a restaurant with a woman in the restaurant. She's like, I gotta go pee like a racehorse. So I gotta go paddle my nose. I mean, it's just some courtesy words you can use. Now, Rain, I know like you've had experience and you've had a successful, from what I know, that's been well.
It's 50-50.
Okay. I've had a few, two long distance relationships. One when I was very younger. It was my first love. And then
Let's go first love. Let's
okay,
pick it
first
up.
love.
Let's
So-
go out of current. I don't want to talk about current.
So first love, we were together for about 2.5 years, and his mother moved to upstate Schenectady, and so of course I was crushed, But it's funny because we were together for about maybe 5 or 6 months after that, but
How
it was
old
just
was you?
I was only 16 at
That
the
ain't
time,
no
right?
love.
So, but I was,
teenage love.
I was in love. Like this is a person who's my friend to this day.
Right.
But he wound up breaking up with me, right? However,
Was he older or same age?
he was about 1.5 years older than me.
Okay, so he was like he was technically
legal.
making committing
He was
a crime.
almost out of R. Kelly business.
Yeah,
Huh?
pretty much.
Yeah.
He ain't not
I guess.
18.
Whatever.
Okay,
Okay, let's not get all into that.
You love bubblegum too.
the statute of limitations have passed.
But yeah, he broke up with me, and of course I was devastated. However, during that time, I started, I was talking to other guys, right?
Player.
Yeah, I
So
know.
you wasn't being faithful.
I was, that wasn't considered, I wasn't sleeping with nobody. I wasn't, but I
Thank you
kind
for
of.
We didn't ask that.
I entertained some conversation.
Oh, so
right?
you
We didn't
entertained
ask
some male.
But as I grew, as I
Companionship.
got older, I
word.
realized
That's
that
status.
relationship probably would not have lasted
Nah.
for a lifetime. Although I have love for him and he has love for me for a lifetime,
There's a
right?
respect there.
I think that I think it was on my part because I was young and I wanted to know what it was to date other people.
Will you do it today, a long distance relationship?
I-
Hell no.
I had. And
He's in
that's
jail?
difficult. No. I'm
Well,
sorry.
that is
I
a
don't.
long distance relationship.
Yeah,
We're not
but-
gonna go there with Rain right now. But,
Yeah, leave that one alone.
I'm leaving.
Put me under
I'm
pressure.
leaving now. I'm
Welcome back.
Hear me. But I think the beauty of long distance relationships is that as long as there is a realization, they can last. Because obviously not with that
I
person.
think you can. I think
they can as well.
It
Cannot.
depends on both the people.
They can.
It could.
They
Okay,
can.
listen
No.
to
They
this.
can.
It could
They
for an
can.
extent of time, right?
Then it's
How
At
long?
some point,
Hold on.
at some
Pointless.
point,
Go-
people
let
have
it
to
go,
make
let it go.
changes and say, okay, who's moving, right?
Right.
But you have to get to a point that you say that, okay, so this is somebody I think that I want to spend the rest of my life with, possibly, right?
Yeah.
This is somebody that I see a future with. So you got to start making
See,
decisions
here's
towards
where,
that.
hold on a second. Here's where I agree with both of you. I agree with Rain because I believe it can work as long as there's realization that, listen, I'm not going to be sitting here every night doing certain things that you think I'm doing. But again, let's be real about it and keep the communication. Justin's right because he or she or whoever it is not with you every day. So then there comes the problem. But I mean, years ago, I experienced it and it worked well until we realized that we got real with each other and said, we need more
lie came
physicality.
out.
Right, but in the beginning, if somebody's saying, "Look, Kev, I know you're gonna do what you're gonna do. I know what you're gonna do. What you're gonna do." As long as we know that,
So that's not a relationship.
it is a relationship.
No,
Yeah, you
it's
have to be
not.
on the same page. If you
No,
guys
it's
are not
not.
aiming for the same goal, then it's definitely not.
You can live
You
next
just
door
said-
to the chick,
you
and she could be the biggest
You
freak.
just say you was in a long distance relationship,
Right.
And the thing is that y'all still had. Basically, it wasn't a long. It was an open relationship. You could do what you do, and she do
Well,
what you.
I think
so that's
they
not
have-
a relationship.
it
that's,
is a relationship.
That's I see you when I see you.
So
I'm
you're saying-
wait.
That's what that
So you're
is.
saying, hold on, Judge. So you're saying
That's what that
polygamy
is.
is not relationships? If it's three in a relationship, poly is not relationships. You don't judge what the relationship is. That is
Give me
not
the street lingo. Don't give me the scientific lingo.
then it's not your call to tell me how I get down with who I get down
I'm
with.
not telling you, but the thing
It
is,
is,
I'm
because-
saying that it's not a relationship.
It is.
It
That's
is
not your form of relationship.
Okay, wait.
It's not
I'm
relationship.
gonna throw this at y'all. I work nights. Everybody knows I work
We didn't
a
ask that,
night.
but
No,
go ahead.
listen, I work a night shift.
Grim Reaper.
But most of the girls that I meet
Or
It's in the
strippers.
daytime.
work.
Daytime love.
I'm steering away from them. Thank you, Kev. all right.
okay.
I'm trying to find a wholesome
On
woman.
the good foot hat. Okay.
Round 2. So
That's what it was. Round two.
so needless to
Hey, brother
say,
comes out fighting.
Go ahead.
the relationship aspect of a guy that works nights, so
Yeah.
somebody that works days, that's almost like a long distance relationship.
definitely.
Because
Yeah.
trying to get your timing right. You live in the Bronx, you live in Brooklyn. If one of y'all don't drive, who's compromising? You gonna pay the $7 and change every night to go,
But I
or
think
every
the
other
circumstance
time?
with that is just a little different, only because you kind of know where the
Where
person
she's
is
at.
at. When I'm at work, this person's supposed to be sleeping, right?
Or creeping.
or vice versa, right? But when you're in different states, and it just,
You know what it
I
comes
think
down
I think
to?
it's a circumstance.
It comes down to a trust factor.
Oh yeah,
That's all it's
definitely
about.
a trust factor.
You could be my next door neighbor. We could be dating. But if I hear the doorbell ringing and I'm in my crib and I know you there, and the doorbell is at your door.
You're like, man,
man,
you live like 6 blocks up, and I still never been there. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, so you live up the hill.
Backstage Ed, you've been kind of quiet there.
No, I was listening, taking everything what you're saying.
No, man, stop
Now, the thing-
playing the safe.
No, listen, just listen and shut up.
Ed would be in
Now,
love.
the thing is, what you're all saying is basically true, but the one thing that you gotta really remember with the whole thing of a long distance relationship is that you might want to see that person. If you're living in the same state, it's an easier thing to do. But if you're living, like she's living in Florida and you living up here, yes, it got to be a trust factor, but at the same time, you don't have enough time to build that trust and see what's going on and see if it's going to be something that's going to venture onto something more. And that is the problem when you have a long distance relationship.
That too, but I think you can still build trust. You got to be able to curve people, your fans. Like
That's
people
like
got
being-
fans. You got to be able to
That's
put
like
them in their
being-
place to a point that the person you're dealing with sees that and is
It's
like,
comfortable.
okay,
They're comfortable with
exactly.
what you're doing.
Not that your
and
fans
they realize
say,
that
or
you're
do
showing
whatever,
them.
and it's cool.
But then the question is, then how did you meet this person from the first place? If you met them down here and then they moved, that's a different story. But if you met them, as most people do now, online and everything else, and they are a long distance situation, it's not going to work.
Go, Roddy.
That's well, he just said it. That's like an internet relationship. When people meet people on the internet,
But you just
then they
said the-
fall in love
you
with
just
them
said
and so
the
they in a
word.
relationship.
You just said the word.
But that's not a relationship.
That's not your form of a relationship. Doesn't mean that it's not a relationship.
People,
Well, I think
people
that-
that think like me, that's not a relationship. It's not.
All right, Trump, go ahead.
I get what you're saying, but I think that technology has changed the
Right.
forms of relationships.
If I can't touch you,
of
we ain't in no
Of
relationship.
being social.
Straight
Technology has changed a lot of the things that we see.
But if I can't
and I
touch
get it.
you-
He's old. He's old, man.
See, I could touch you. That mean we relationship.
Y'all dating now, huh?
Well, she live right up the hill now.
Jack and Jill.
I'm saying
But I
that's
get what
just
you're
my
saying.
thing.
But
That's my
I think
thing.
that the relationship is when two people say that we are in a relationship,
Right.
and this is what we're working on. And you bringing that up as far as Kevin, when you bring somebody else, a third person into the relationship, right?
Yeah.
Some
That's a
people are.
threesome.
Some people are willing to do that. You know, I myself not, but I'm just saying that.
Oh, man.
Have you ever hold on, wait. This is the question. I'm not even going to put Raina in this. Have any of the brothers here been in a threesome?
Yes, but
have.
not a relationship. I wouldn't call it a relationship. I call
I
it
was in with
a
cousins.
great evening.
You was what?
Cousins. They were cousins.
So they sick.
So he was kissing cousins?
They were like third and that's
So
my third.
so you
I
messed with
didn't
two
care.
mental
They were
issues.
two fly looking females. I never experienced. I didn't care. They were mother and daughter. I still.
So wait, you just wanted to bring this up just to talk about your exploits?
Yeah, exactly.
Hold on. And as Tony the
He's like, let me
Tiger,
just put that out there for the world to know.
and as Tony the Tiger would say, they're great.
He must be sleeping on the couch now.
You want to just beat your chest real
No,
quick, huh?
I'm just saying.
Baby Will
listen,
Chamberlain, huh?
I'm not ashamed of things I have did.
What else you've done,
in my
Mario, that
life?
you're not ashamed of?
Huh? I crossed at the green, not in between.
Anything else you want to share with the audience?
But I think that I think that people should tell people that they meet. I'm not going to tell you. You ain't supposed to tell everybody your book report the first day, but over graduate time, you should be able to tell somebody, yeah, I have experienced that. I have did that. And should not really be ashamed of. That's what makes you grow in life. Things that you did, especially things that you kind of regret, but still it makes you grow.
I just think that
It ain't helped me grow, but
there are different forms of relationships these days. You can't just because what you perceive as an older man doesn't mean a 20-something is thinking the same way as you are. It's a different world.
Well,
That's all
I
I'm
know
saying.
that, but I'm just saying if you can't touch them, and the only thing you could do is see them. That's to me, it's not a relationship.
So what about the dude in jail who still got his significant other?
believe me,
He can't touch him either.
Yeah, but he's fantasizing.
Some of them do get
Listen, I know some girls who hold their men down though.
Yeah, and then and when they get home, they get played. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Played.
Damn.
Okay, I've seen that all the time.
why do you say that?
loud?
Because I've seen it. I've seen it 9.5
Zach,
times out of 10.
Somebody touched you. Somebody hit a nerve.
No, I'm just saying, like, you get
Medic.
played.
Go ahead.
Remember the church? He touched me. He put his arms around me.
Listen, I'm not even gonna go down that route.
That back home party is a mother, huh?
Well, I don't know. I've never.
Okay, but you
know,
seem
I
to
had
know
one
some
boyfriend
people.
who was in jail many years ago. I was very
Many
young.
moons.
Many moons, but that was I wound up getting played out because I was out here.
You had a lot of- you had
I
a
met my first love. So
You
while
had a
this
lot of
person was in jail-
experience in your younger years. I mean,
But you're still here.
you're still here.
And you grow.
You're growing. And you
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let's rewind.
go.
Commercial,
I have
Rashad, commercial.
experience with people. In different aspects. No, you're 14 years old. You have a little boyfriend. You grew up in the hood. At 14 years old, you could definitely have a boyfriend in jail. In the hood.
I didn't know that. I never had a girlfriend in jail.
Pride
I
of
try to
Eden
make
War
sure-
projects, Raina.
Right out the pride. No, I'm just let's stop, okay? Stop
sure
thinking
she
you
up
grew up
the
in the
hill?
hood,
You
okay?
sure you up that hill?
She's grown. She's grown.
I'm
since
grown,
then.
but I grew up in Edenwald Projects. That's what it is. That's where I'm born and raised.
So everybody
and-
eat a wall.
Hey, anybody from Edenwald that's watching right now would know and be like, she is
Big
not
shout
lying.
out, girl. Heartbreak from Eden Wall.
But that was the last
Tamar.
boyfriend.
Tamar, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen,
that's the
Tamar.
last boyfriend I
Okay.
dealt with.
The last jail situation you had.
Yeah, no, jail zone.
Now it's the brother.
Teenage
the
love.
brother suit.
Yeah. And we joined again by the host with the mostest, the lovely Rain. And we were talking earlier in this first segment about relationships. And I guess what you would define a relationship. Rodeo is like, he can't touch you, then it ain't real. But, but your thoughts, Rain, I mean, we were going in like, obviously, very intelligent woman, mother. But your thoughts on what qualifies as, somebody that would have the honor of being in your presence. Like
Somebody that would pique your interest.
Yeah, if you're Frankenstein, what are you drawing up?
Presently, because I think that actually changes throughout your life as a woman.
Okay. Really? So give me to today, August
Today.
5th, 2017.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna give you that.
You have two hands.
Get out of here.
All his
I think
teeth,
that's
hopefully?
somebody who is goal oriented.
Okay.
One.
Who definitely respects his counterpart.
Two.
Someone he wants to A person who actually wants to be in a relationship
Okay.
and or a marriage.
Yes.
Impressive checklist so far.
Someone
Ben.
who's affectionate,
4,
funny.
5.
There's gonna be more than that.
You didn't mention teeth.
So
gum
you
you-
want me to
You
talk
didn't
about
mention
the
height.
aesthetics?
You
Of
didn't-
course,
you didn't
who
mention
doesn't want a
height.
handsome man? I
But
mean,
wait, what do you consider handsome?
Yeah, exactly.
See, I have different types of handsome.
Jerome.
You know.
Watch your mouth.
Sing the song.
He's so stupid. No, I like a person who actually that they dress. They're versatile in the way that they dress. I don't mind the uptowns, the white tees, the hats, and stuff like that. But
What he
to be
really
able
wants to
draw
ask
that
you, Raina, what he really wants to ask
grown
you,
ass man, you know.
Raina, what he really wants to ask you, do you wear sweatpants?
Here it
'Cause you
comes.
said the uptowns.
Tell the uptowns. Do you wear sweatpants and a white tee
And a bad attitude.
with a bad attitude?
Not a bad. I mean, an attitude.
Ding ding
enough
ding
to,
ding 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 ding
The white,
ding.
the
They
white.
have to have swag, right? You have to have some type
White
of
tee
swag.
must
I'm not
be
looking for
clean.
no dude who's out here like I'm busting guns and you know. No,
You already had that.
like,
Yeah. You left Eden Wall.
You digress. You up the
Wait a
hill,
minute.
man. You up the hill.
I tell you too much.
Jiggle leg, jiggle leg, jiggle leg.
Yeah, but you know, somebody who is
Dark
looking
skin,
to-
light skin, brown skin.
See, I like them. I like my men. I like my
Puerto
men
Rican
chocolate.
5'8",
all types of
5'8",
chocolate. You can
5
be a, you know,
6 foot.
caramel. You can be
song?
dark chocolate.
Just
you can be
you
milk
you
chocolate.
just make it, I guess.
Nah, I don't make it. I'm not that dark.
He gotta
This
go out in the
I'm
sun
still
for that.
tan. I'm
She
still
said
tan.
caramel though. She said
I'm still tan. I'm
Lou
high
Brown
yellow.
and Bob.
I'm high yellow. Don't worry. I'm high yellow. Don't worry.
Yeah, but you know the preference.
Okay.
Yeah, I like melanin.
Fair enough. Well, we're gonna move into that. We're gonna get out of there. We're gonna move into news, and news is presented by the new 950 Network pay-per-view coming this fall. Everything from classic concerts to movies to web series to entertaining talk. The 950 Network, powered by FameWatch, coming to a TV near you. I want to start news, obviously, with something that's probably not very good. It happened here in New York. Rapper Kid Creole accused of killing a man. He thought was hit on him. It kind of talks about what we mentioned earlier about Caitlyn Jenner. Some of the things that, if these stories are true, some of the things that we as people still have phobias, and no matter what, unfortunately, a talented individual is part of a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You know, Grandmaster Flash, Furious 5, is looking at probably life in prison at 57 years old.
Wow, that's
You know,
crazy.
Rodeo, your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, it's tragic for both the victim's family and his family, because he has a family. I just think that we as in the world that we react at first and later on realize what the guy did.
Right.
And it starts from the top, the presidency. The man, our president, reacts. He don't sit down and think. He don't sit down and talk with people. He just reacts and puts it on Twitter. And I think a lot of times some people laugh and this man is crazy, but at the end of the day, when we see somebody, like if you see a boss acting funny and acting ridiculous, it trickles down. You know?
I hear you on the Trump thing, but
I can't blame him for that, bro.
Right.
No, I'm not blaming him. But
We've
I'm
been
just
doing
saying
that way before him. I can't co-sign on
but
because
now-
of
but
Trump.
Yeah.
Now we seeing it. I mean,
but
we
people are now.
well, I think he was just making a reference.
Coming outside the house and
People been
expressing
coming
themselves,
outside the house.
not
Well,
like that.
let's keep it on this situation here. Whereas the moral of the story, from where I see, is that whatever happened, just walking away.
yeah. There's
Okay,
nothing. Turn
you
the
know,
other
if
cheek.
a situation
walk away.
happened where you wasn't comfortable,
But
he
let's talk
overreacted.
about walking away, because I
Right.
think that walking away has been a situation, especially in our communities, for decades.
Right.
People just don't know how to walk
just
away.
Right.
How many funerals have we been through since I was a child growing up? How many people's funerals I went to because they were killed, they were shot.
But see,
People, this is an issue that's going on.
True, but see, this situation, it wasn't really true more of a walk away, because he stabbed him twice. And when you stabbing somebody, you know that you have the right of way just to leave and don't do it. And he was on his way to work, as the story was, that he was on his way to work, and this guy went over and hit on him. He got upset by this guy hitting on him. He stabbed him twice, went to work, washed up, cleaned up, and then he was going back home, and he went a different route so nobody would see him. So he knew what he did, and then
Okay.
when they say, "Oh, this person's the one who did it," he confessed to it. So he had the right to stop because it wasn't a gunshot or anything else. It wasn't like one of those things I shot him and I'm like sorry about it. No,
Yeah,
he
it's got to
actually
be some
plunged
more
the chest
intent when
twice.
you're right when you're doing
So
that.
no, he had the way. He could have walked away from that.
I mean, I could. I've been hit on before. I was walking down in Lower Manhattan, going to a club, and these 3 guys started hitting on me. I just kept out like, yeah,
I'm a classic, man.
Nah, I ain't no. I ain't doing all that. I wasn't doing all that.
Even he's rolling.
Nah. Yeah, I was rolling all right. I was rolling right back down. I was flying down the block. So.
That's why you drive.
I mean, you have a choice. In his case, you 100% have a choice just to say, my man, that's not me. I'm not about that. And you could just
But some
walk
people, okay,
away.
so this guy's 57 years old,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So let's take it to his age, right? Growing up in his day and age, that was completely frowned
Taboo.
upon, and it was like, you know, it was
remember
one
the-
of the highest offenses
Remember
for
the
a
song.
man, for another man to
hit on you.
you, and you're like, whoa, wait a minute,
Right, but it's
So-
gotta be a litmus that says it's either that or I'm going to jail.
I think that the problem here was that, like you said, he reacted, as Rodeo
He
said,
didn't
right?
think
A lot
first.
of us,
That's the problem.
we react off of emotion immediately. It's instantaneously, right? It just happens.
Right.
There's sometimes that we can't even grab it, that we react so fast. And I think that's the problem, is learning how. Somebody always told me, there was a friend of mine who told me, because I'm very emotional and I react with my emotions.
I know that.
And he said, you have to stop. You have to learn how to stop yourself. And that's something that you have to
It's a
condition
control-
yourself,
right, it's a
right?
control
And if
condition.
you've never conditioned yourself to do so, you are going to react the same way that guy reacted. And then think about it later like, damn.
Well, now he's in jail. Now he got to worry about a lot of men hitting on him now.
But see, but the funny thing with him,
Oh,
if
they
you,
gonna
but
get
if
that
you
in.
remember Kid Creole back in the days, he was very flamboyant in the way he dressed and looked.
All of them
Because,
was,
well, no, he was more
He
flamboyant
had
than anything
the
else.
straightened hair.
He had the
was more
long
of a-
straight hair. He always wore.
So what are you trying to say that it's a hit, that there's something
This other guy,
more?
no, I'm saying this other guy might have just thought that he was that way and just went for it
Did he
and
know
tried
him?
to talk
Did
to
he
him.
No, they didn't know each other. No, let's move on. Let's move on from that.
Sorry, like I said.
Well, again, it's a tragedy.
still
nevertheless.
tragic.
families, man.
Still trying.
Representative Maxine Waters will be honored at Black Girls Rock this year.
Yes.
Honestly,
Democratic
Maxine.
U.S. Senator Rep Maxine Waters has been added to the list of honorees at the BET 2017 Black Girl Rock Awards. BET said that the Congresswoman will earn the Social Humanitarian Award for being a fearless and outspoken advocate for underserved population.
Yes.
Will there be any
Obviously,
rappers there?
Congratulations to that beautiful young lady.
Yes.
Thank you.
obviously Maxine Waters is, has been serving for many years, but from what's happened over the last year, I think it's more
The
evident.
Trump
She's been
She's
very
very
she's been
vocal.
very
She's
outspoken
vocal.
about a lot
She's
of
not
stuff.
playing.
Yeah.
She keeping it 100. So
She's reclaiming her time.
yeah.
Okay.
She's
So you saw the
stepping
song
up.
video they did?
She's not a
stepping
Trump
up.
Let's
watcher.
reclaim that time,
She
okay?
is not a
Stepping
Trump
back up.
watcher.
She's stepping
That's
up
safe
like,
to
all right,
say.
I'ma speak. Ain't nobody want to speak? I'll speak for
She is
everybody.
Not a
Yeah,
Trump
because right now
watcher.
she's actually sitting there talking about impeaching them, and
What's
she's
the-
good. She's really leading the charge.
She's
on
gun
this.
ho.
She's on it.
She's gonna keep on speaking, and she's
He
not
will
stopping.
be at his trial.
Yes.
Let's move on. This is kind of a sad story because there's 2 prominent black actors. Idris Elba dragged Samuel Jackson for attempting to vibe black actors. Elba is making it plain that he's not a fan of Sam Jackson's comments about black British actors taking jobs away from black American actors. Sam Jackson made a comment, I know the young brother who's in the movie and he's British. There's a lot of black British actors that work in this country all the time. I tend to wonder what would happen if we had more African American actors in movies. So, Idris is saying that that's a disrespectful thing because you're kind of dividing whether whether you're from England or Australia, black,
Yeah, he's still
black is black. Your thoughts on this? I mean, again, this is almost rapish. It is 2 prominent black actors are having a dispute. I mean, I think it's a little.
I
your
think
thoughts?
it sounds like people who talk about immigrants coming into our country and taking our jobs. It's the same type of thought process, right? But when you look at the situation, Idris is a very talented actor, and
String a
so
bell.
are-
String a bell.
That's all I'm gonna know him as, Stringville.
That's where he won my heart.
But, you know,
on the
it's-
wire.
Right, but I mean,
but he is causing a division because at the end of the day, we are all black, right?
Right,
So-
but why is let me
Samuel
ask you
saying
but-
that?
right no, but why is it you just said about jobs? Does Sam Jackson have a right, or is it just that there's more sour grapes in your opinion?
I think that the issue is not with Idris taking the jobs. I think it's Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there's not enough jobs for all black people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right? So I think that his issue should be more with Hollywood and providing more opportunities
And
for
not
black
with-
actors
not
as
with-
opposed to chiming in on one actor and focusing on him and saying that he's taking our jobs.
Just
That's true. Right.
I'm just tired of all the division amongst black people. It's sad. It is. It's why why
Right.
Sam, why? Like, we should just try to get roles for black people, African, whatever you want to call them, British, American, Haitian. If they black and they got a script for them, get them on. Like, it doesn't matter where
But
they
the
come from.
opportunity has to be there. That's the
That's the-
problem.
if
And
they
so
have a
there's,
script,
because
yeah.
there's not so much opportunity,
It was
everybody's fighting for the same jobs.
I get it, but it doesn't matter as long as we get those jobs.
It
We
was
don't
a-
want those jobs going to somebody who could be
Ah.
of a Spanish descent,
Right.
who's almost like the same color of a black man, and they give them the role of a black man.
I'm gonna
Okay.
share something with you. A white lady, about 2 years ago, shared something with me, which was very ironic. But it was something that hit the core, which I could not disagree with. She said, "How can blacks and whites get along when white people have racist issues against each other, and I see blacks with blacks have divided racial issues? How are we supposed to sit at a table, but I'm sitting next to another black man or I'm sitting next to another white person, and we have different opinion and racist comments about each other?" And when she said that, it was like, I never thought about it, but hearing it from a white person, it was in perspective.
Well, you take it to the form of like black on black crime, the murder rates amongst
Each
Chicago.
other,
Right. We
But
know that.
I'm not talking about the murder. I'm just talking about, it's like you will have a black person, a guy that gets up in the morning, goes to work every morning, provides for his family, and a black guy that doesn't do nothing, but then hating on him and hates him because this man is going about trying to make a life for himself, and another man don't want a life for himself.
I agree. I mean, I don't know what
It's so much hatred in the individual,
I don't know why Sam made that comment, but to me, if I was looking at it just from a 60,000-foot floor, I would say it's kind of like, well, but he took a role that you wanted. 'Cause, I mean, maybe I don't think he was Steven, but that role. But I'm just saying that's what it comes across to me. But you're right. We gotta build a
Gotta build that
divide. It's
bridge,
enough,
yeah.
too much going on to even.
Gotta
And
build
then
that
have that.
he didn't make a comment like that when Will Smith was in
Well,
every
Will
movie
Smith
coming
is
out.
American.
Exactly.
But that shouldn't be about
that's the point.
That's what I'm saying. It shouldn't
It
be.
shouldn't be about that.
So what
It
if he's American? So what if he's
but
British?
but
it's just
that's why that's the difference. Why
Like
he don't
Samuel,
say
you happen
Will
to be
Smith.
American because
He
of the
don't say
boat
nothing
that your
about Denzel
ancestors
You
Washington.
just
came
got
on.
dropped at another island. I mean, that's pretty
See,
much
but you
it.
just got to look at it like this. It doesn't matter, because when they start producing these movies and these shows and everything else, they put in a casting call out to anybody who can act. And it doesn't matter what country you come from, if you fit the part, you're gonna make the part. And then you remember that time when we had that group from Situationships up here. They said that it was supposed to be certain cast members, supposed to be certain things, but the person that acts so well, they just decided to go with that person because it didn't matter what their nationality was. They just took them.
Yeah.
So sometimes it happens.
It happens. We move on here. 950 Lounge.
digress.
News presented by the new 950 Network. Pay-per-view coming this fall. Suge Knight's back in the news.
Oh gosh.
Everybody be very careful what
Come
you
to
say.
death row.
Oh, he's done.
Be very
No,
careful.
well, I'm still Suge Knight's like Candyman. I
I'll
don't say that 5
I'll
times.
tell y'all that. Be
He's trying
very
to get-
careful what
he's
you
trying to
say
get out
about
of
this
jail.
man.
Yes,
Well,
right.
Suge is being indicted while in prison for making death threats against director F. Gary Gray. Suge Knight, the man who found the now defunct but history-making Death Row Records, has gotten another legal problem to contend with. Knight has been indicted by the Los Angeles County Grand Jury for making felony criminal threats against F. Gary Gray, the director of the hit film Straight Outta Compton.
Did he
Knight
get no
didn't
money
like the
for
way
it?
he didn't like the way he was
It's
portrayed.
portrayed. All right.
So he sent him threatening texts from prison, by the way.
I mean, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I'm not either.
You know
That's
what?
all I'm saying.
But you know what's so funny about this whole situation is that he was just not long ago in court claiming that he was
passed
going
out, didn't
blind
he?
or having some type of
He's having
anxiety
medical
attacks or
issues,
something like
yes.
that, so he can try to go into a hospice part. But
Suge
then now
Knight.
he's still doing death threats like a nut.
But man, that's Suge Knight.
That's the name, Suge Knight.
Suge Knight
That's all
right
you
there
need to
says
say.
it all.
We could be
So what's
100
the
years
next story,
old.
Kev?
Suge Knight. You be like still scared. Where's Suge Knight at? Where's Suge at?
I'm scared to say the name right now.
It's like Candyman.
That's
Don't
the
say
name,
it 5
Suge. Where's
times.
Suge at? Every woman I know, every person I know named Suge is always big.
Okay,
man.
next story.
Well, here's the last one. Then we got some superstar guests in the building. You ever been to a Whataburger? Or have you ever been to, let's say this is New York. They're not in New York. But have you ever been to a McDonald's and somebody made it rain at you at McDonald's? Somebody made it rain at McDonald's for
No,
you?
I make it rain, but no. No, like what are they making it rain?
Like
It
with
just-
with some green money.
Oh.
no.
Well, the Houston Chronicle reports that 2 Houston rappers made a surprise visit to a Missouri city, this is in Texas, Whataburger. Whataburger is a burger chain in Texas. And with an unforgettable gift, the rappers by the name of Denzo and Trilozy, I don't know these guys, walked into a Whataburger with wads of cash. In a video posted to Twitter, Trilozy walks into the restaurant, jumps on the table, and starts throwing out $100 bills everywhere.
Wow.
Customers leap out in the air and begin to collect the money. So, again, I mean, these guys felt they wanted to give
$100
something back to the community. And they, they probably caused some damage in the restaurant, but yeah.
Not even a strip club, they be throwing $100 bills. It's hundreds. It's single. They throwing $100 bills.
And,
how much
and-
money? They say how much they threw?
They didn't say because probably they couldn't count it because there's probably a lot of torn $100 bills and fights and all that. But again, that's an experience. You ever had that experience in a restaurant? What's the weirdest thing you ever experienced in a fast food restaurant backstage?
It throws ketchup.
Why you keep speaking for?
He's Kissinger. He's your PR person.
He's not my spokesperson. No, I never experienced anything like that. That's kind
Oh,
of.
what's the weirdest thing you ever experienced in a fast food restaurant?
My order
Mouse
was
in
right.
the burger, roach. I don't know. I'm just saying.
My order was right or free. My order was free one time. The girl
Oh, yeah.
liked me.
Yeah, no. The weirdest thing, remember that when it was an experience that we all went out and my food came out late and then I got it for free and the dessert and everything else.
Me too.
I don't remember that, but I'm not.
I remember
gonna
that.
That happened with me.
That wasn't a fast food restaurant. Classic. Your funniest experience
That's
in a
a
fast
lot
food
for
restaurant.
him. Pick
No,
one.
That's
Pick
not.
one.
No, he don't mess with fast food. Those are bars. Those are convenience.
You told me it was a
restaurants.
bar. I got a few for bars.
Right. Well, no. We have young
That's his fast food.
entrepreneur minds in the
Yeah,
building.
we do.
So let's just go fast food. Forget it. You take it.
Yeah, I
too
take
long.
it too long. I'm stuck. I'm sorry.
Rain, you have 2 boys. I'm sure you spent a lot of fast food dollars.
Yeah, but this experience, this before I had kids, I was at an IHOP with a few of my girlfriends, and we had a woman waitress, and she hit on one of my girlfriends that was there. That that was a few years ago. I was like, whoa.
I had a
And
weird.
She was very direct. I was like,
I want you.
like,
I wanna.
I'll give you a
Keep Sweat.
hash brown.
I had a weird experience 2 years
I
ago.
want a pink on your cake.
Easy.
We got kids in here
It's a
with
family
water.
show.
Water for kids.
I had a weird experience. It's on my birthday. I never forget. This is about, I think, like 1991, and I was at
Always got experience.
I was at Red Lobster, and I was
Cheddar
with at the
baked
time the girl I
biscuits.
was seeing, and she took me to Red Lobster, and she knew the girl. Her friend was, well, allegedly was her friend who was the waitress, and her friend slipped me her number on the low, and I thought it was a setup. I said, "Come on, why?" I told homegirl, "Why you keep trying to set me up? It's not even funny
You
no
don't even
more."
like seafood.
I didn't. I had a steak. So the girl I was seeing and the waitress got into a fight and tables were lifted. It was crazy. On my birthday too.
Same chick that made you the sauce for the.
No.
But
no.
you
That was her
walked out
girlfriend?
feeling like the man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'm the Mac. I'm the Mac.
But I found out years later this girl had a little mental issue, so I'm glad I didn't get hit in the head with a bottle, so because I wouldn't have to keep.
You
this
believe in me,
against
baby?
That ends news. 950 Now's news presented by again 950 Network coming in fall.